Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on from where and when you're watching this video from. My name is Denise Belisle, and I'm a serenity expert and positive intelligence specialist. Welcome to the It's All Good show. Luke is here for a chat. Today I have the amazing Deborah Mayer, and she is what's her official title? acupress acupressure, and she does teach acupressurist and healthcare educator. Wow, I look forward for her to explain to us all that she does and how she does it. But before we start, I just want to let you know why I call this show It's All Good. It's all good because first of all, it's my favorite cup. It's all good. I always have that cup with me when I'm sitting here because it's a large cup. It can contain a lot of liquid and I love it. I love the saying it's all good. So often when I find myself in a situation where I don't feel like it's so good, then I look at my cup and I say, yeah, it's all good. Life will be fine. I was fine before. I'll be fine in the future, and I'm fine right now. So that's why, regardless of what happened in the past, I learned by experience that I can't change it. You can't change the past. If you were ever able to change your past, let me know. I want to know that trick. And for the future, well, you can't really predict the future. You might have like a crystal balls that might want to tell you the future, but in reality there's so many elements that can come in your way that change the way you think things were going to happen, that you can't change that either. So all I can do in my life is say, hey, it's all good. Life will move on the way it should move on, and what happened. Que sera sera, as they said. So I would like to welcome my guest, Deborah, and she's pretty amazing, and I'll get her to introduce herself. So welcome, Deborah. I'm so happy that you're here with me today. Such a
It's,
pleasure.
Thank you. And it's so good to see you. Thanks for inviting me to participate on this beautiful show you have.
You're very welcome. Today is episode 70. So
Wow.
70 Mondays in a row. So what I've been doing on Monday at noon for the last 70 weeks, I've been here. So which is pretty cool. So
I'm
Deborah,
impressed.
yeah, thank you. So tell me, what is an acupressurist? I did it this way properly now.
Oh,
Acupressurist. So
all
what is
right.
that all about? And tell me a little bit about you.
Thank you so much. So you can start figuring out what acupressure might be. Most people have heard about acupuncture.
Yes.
Well, acupressure is touch instead of needle.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what?
A bit more gentle.
Not only more gentle, but touch came long before. Fingers came long
Mm-hmm.
before needles did.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like
And
the chicken and the egg. What came first, right?
right, yeah. So, um, the thing is that we walk around with these things called fingertips 24/7. Why not learn how to make use of them? Your body is an energy system. You access the energy balance points using your fingers on those specific points to get the energy to talk to each other throughout your body, physically, mentally, emotionally, and you can make changes happen. And guess what? Energy wants to change. It does not like being stuck. It
Mm-hmm.
hates being stuck. So we get it to flow in these rivers of energy that make up your body, the meridians and channels. And physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritual, all of a sudden your body says, I got the message. I know how to be in balance and harmony, and I want to stay there. And I've been doing this in private practice for almost 30 years.
Wow.
I know.
You must know what you're
Um,
doing.
I
One would
love
hope so.
I love doing what I'm doing, and I can't imagine not getting to do what I get to do. It just makes it puts a smile on my face, and
Yeah.
it makes things just be smooth. I started studying energy medicine. I was first introduced to it when I was in college in the 70s. Oops, that's dating me. And big time. Talk about 70, that's what I am. And so I
Well,
started.
70 nowadays is the 50 of 30 years ago.
There
So,
you go. There you go. It's just a number. So I started studying energy medicine, energy balancing. I took to it like duck to water, and I just accepted all the information like a sponge and kept receiving and giving and learning more through workshops and whatnot all, but it never entered my conscious thinking I would do it for my livelihood. I mean, how
mhm,
could you? How could
mhm.
you touch people and make a difference and make your living doing it? But I knew it would make a difference. I just didn't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
I wasn't in that business mode at that point, I guess. Who knows? Anyway, but I just kept doing it for what, 3 decades? And then not quite that long, maybe 2.5. And then I was in a real bad car accident 33 years ago, 32
Mhm.
years ago. Ended up with multiple herniated discs, refused surgery. I was in lots of pain, but I
Imagine so,
knew
yeah.
what my body needed to heal. So I went searching for someone who could do light, gentle touch.
Uh-huh.
And as my body started receiving that and healing through the movement of energy, I was also already doing all my own energy work because that's what I do. And the light bulb came on. And the light bulb said, "Girl, you know this, just do it.
Mhm.
Just do it." And so I closed up. I was at that point in time an insurance and security agent. I closed up my
Yeah.
office, gave all my business away. I said, okay, this is what I'm doing now.
Wow.
Yeah,
Never looked back?
never looked back. Never looked back. Can't
Mm.
imagine looking back. And so started seeing clients right away, both in person and virtually, but predominantly in person.
Mhm.
And it was my clients who asked me to teach them the self-help part. They said, would you just do a workshop? And because I was always giving them self-care instruction,
Yeah, of
self-care
course. Yeah,
guidance.
yeah.
And they were the ones that said, just, will you just teach a workshop? And that was my first one 26 years ago, whenever it was. And it's just, so that's what I do too.
It was probably not online at that time.
Nope.
In person, which is the best way to do it though, because then you can push the points for them and say that's what that should feel, right? Like if you press on it, that's
Well,
how you should feel. And
good question. The beauty is that we don't have to learn it in person at all. In fact, when I teach that's all I do now is online workshops.
mm,
And when I show people where the points are, and guess what? There's no wrong because there's no right. You can throw perfectionism right out the window. It's touch, wherever your fingertips land and kind of the proximity. And if we want to get into it, I'll show you some goodies as we go today.
of
Um,
course, of course.
okay. But when you're connect with the energy yourself, you can feel the energy. And what I say, Denise, is light, gentle touch is the key. Don't go firm. Don't try to
Yeah,
go deep and
yeah,
firm pressure. Just light, gentle touch. Hold each one of the points for a couple good breaths, and your body will start showing you via the benefit of the reaction that it's working.
yeah. And even just like I do that from time to time, even just hugging yourself,
And that's
right?
my, as you well
Just
know,
that,
that's my go-to.
right?
That's the very
Just like
first. Yeah.
and take a few deep breaths and it's like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
good, like I'm
And
good.
you know why that works? And this is, I love it that you said that because that's one of the first things I teach anybody, client, student, you name it, is to give time to give yourself a hug, to
Yeah,
just
yeah,
simply anywhere from your shoulders to your elbows, anywhere
yeah,
in there is perfect, light, gentle touch, because you're literally connecting with an energy balance area that's all about breath. It's
mm-hmm.
connecting with lungs, it's connecting with diaphragm, it's connecting with heart health, and it can make all the difference in helping your body recognize how much you care about it.
Yeah,
It's like when you give yourself the opportunity and the gift of receiving your very own touch forth from someone else, you're
Mm-hmm.
literally allowing your body the opportunity to breathe, to flow, to be in a state of health and
Yeah.
wellness. Yeah. Oops, did I
So,
freeze?
so when you talk about like acupressure, which is light touch,
Mhm.
and then energy balance, so how do they work together? How does the light touch
How
work
does the
with
light touch
balancing
work? Okay.
with balancing the body?
It's all about, I'm popping out a little bit from the looks of it. I apologize. Am I freezing on your
No,
end?
you're good on my end.
Oh,
You're good.
good. Okay, thank you. So, how it works is that when you're connecting the dots, it literally, how can I describe this best? Your body is made up of rivers of energy,
Mm-hmm.
meridians, and channels.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Along those meridians are multiple energy balance points.
Like checkout point, right? Like, oh, right there,
Exactly.
right
Yeah.
there, right there.
And they're acupressure points. It's the same points acupuncturists use. And when you get those points to connect with each other, it helps those meridians, those energy balance flows actually happen.
Like the meridian, we can see that sort of like a river running through your
Exactly.
body,
It's a
right?
river running through your body. So, in fact, that's a really good way of looking at it, because your body as an energy system has rivers of energy that run through it. They run vertically and diagonally, each single river, and there is one connected to every single organ of the body and every single system of the body.
Mm-hmm.
And when those rivers of energy are in a state of flow, it's like a good current, a good level, a good way of being. They can talk, they can take care of the body, take care of the organ. If something impacts the system, like daily living, stress, tension, habits, emotional upset or trauma, physical injury, um, mental confusion, too much thinking, not enough thinking,
Mm-hmm.
cluttered thinking, shattered thinking, whatever
Yeah.
it is, if the consequences of the impact are allowed to sit on the system and not moved out of the way, the body's going to go into reaction.
So it's like
And
beaver creating dams, right?
and energetically, you're taking the names right. Energetically, those blocked energy areas start acting, looking like beaver dams. And it's any beaver dam sits on any river, it changes the flow pattern. It
Yeah,
drops the level, it changes the current, it changes how well it
yeah,
can do its job.
yeah.
So what I do when I'm working with someone is feel how the energy is flowing, where it's flowing. That gives me the message of where it's not flowing. We help the energy that's flowing push through those beaver dams, get them to break apart, twig by twig, log by log, till all the pieces can float down the river and the body can re-experience what it's like to be in flow, in
Mm-hmm.
ease. The beauty is each one of you, each one of us walks around with these things called fingertips, right? And you can access those energy balance points yourself. I believe each and every person has the ability to do the work for
So can
themselves.
you show a little demonstration of something
I would
simple for people to
love
do?
to. Thanks for asking. I would love to. So, that very first one you said, give yourself a hug. It's connecting with an energy balance point that is all about lungs and diaphragm. You know what else it's doing? I don't know if you can see me do this right back there.
Yeah.
Okay, there's an energy balance point. It's really hard to reach, but every single energy balance point has a purpose. That particular one will give you limitless life power when it's in a state of balance and harmony.
Who
Well,
doesn't
don't
want
we
that?
want that, right? So when you hold here with light, gentle touch,
Yeah,
with intention, your body is feeling it back there as well.
because you're stretching, right?
No, because you're
No?
just holding it. Because remember those beaver dams I talk about?
Yeah.
Okay. Guess what? Beaver dams grow riverbank to riverbank horizontally. So imagine a riverbank, a beaver dam that's growing horizontally, right? Like this. It can impact here. That also then means when you hold here, you are accessing the energy of this.
Okay.
Okay. So that's, and then another step I'd love to show you is sit on your hands. I know that sounds silly,
Like
but if you
literally
sit
sit
on
on
your
my hand.
hands with your fingertips pointing up at your sit bones,
My sit bone. Okay.
okay, That energy balance area is all about vitality right there and then. Did you notice how much straighter you started sitting? It automatically helps your body create a lumbar curve. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, what are the chances of that?
You
You
don't
actually,
really sit on your hand and lean forward. It
no,
doesn't
it
work, right?
automatically just right at your sit bone, and it connects with an energy balance point that's all about vitality. So if this brings breath into the body, if you sit on your hands right afterwards, it'll help bring that breath into every cell of your being, creating vitality throughout.
These are two good tricks.
Very good tricks. You want another one?
Yeah.
Okay, these, by the way, are in a part of the 9-step self-help acupressure flow that I wrote 20 some years ago, that I call the daily clean your house flow. It recognizes that the body you walk around in is your house, and if you clean it out every day, you're ahead of the game.
Yeah.
And you get rid of the dust bunnies and the cobwebs and give it a darn good vacuuming, and you're walking around in a body that is experiencing balance and harmony. I start every single day doing the daily clean your house flow. I
Mm.
end every day doing the daily flow, and I use the steps separately. So those are two of the ones I just
I
showed you.
think that would be a great gift to give to our audience.
Yes, and you can get it. It's going to be super easy. So now I'm going to mirror you. Continue keeping your left hand on your left sit bone. Bring your right hand over. Okay, bring your right hand over to that shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay, and you are connecting with an energy balance point where the neck and shoulder come together. That has a tendency to want to be a garbage collector, right?
I have a huge garbage collectors on
Okay,
both
well, this
sides.
helps let go of it, girl. So you hold here and here and continue. And it literally moves the energy all the way from the back of your head through your neck, shoulders, all the way through your low back, your sacrum, your hips, your legs, and all the way down and out, and then switch and do the other side. Now imagine that if you were sitting in front of the computer for a long period of time, what
Like
we
me.
just did, these 4 steps, could be a huge part of helping your body find ease, find calm, find a space of being well. You know what else? This point right here
Yeah.
also helps connect with the immune system.
Oh.
And when you're here, all of a sudden the body says, I got it. I got the message. I understand what I need to be doing to help you feel in a better, resilient, stronger, healthier place.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the first 4 steps of the daily clean your house flow.
And if
The
we want to know
next,
more, then they can download them.
right. Well, what you get to do, folks, is what you get to do is go to my website, deborahmyerswellness.com.
Yeah.
Okay. And you will have an opportunity to look at the daily clean your house flow as an animated video.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that cool? So I work with all ages. I got to admit, I love working with kids. I love showing kids how to be better partners with their bodies. And they can be, and everybody can be, because we all have the ability to connect with our energy. We just need to be shown a technique that's easy to learn, easy to remember, easy to get around to doing, because the benefits are noticeable. So it was actually, I had some clients who were teachers, and they took my workshops and they were taking what I had taught them into the classroom. And they were noticing such a huge change
Hmm.
with every single kid, with all of their students, both individually and as a group. And it was this beautiful experience that they said, will you just start a real program? So out of that, I was creating something. And then one of my clients, who's an amazing artist, she said, let's do an animated video. So that's how the animated video came to be. Up until March 2020, it was a kit, get the animated video and a copy of one of my books that you can see over here. But March 2020 hit, that awful thing called the pandemic. And I got a hold of my marketing folks and said, we're going to make it available to anybody. It's a free gift.
Hmm.
So that's what I want you to know is you can go to my website. All you have to do is pop in your name and email address, and you will have access to it. You can watch it first if you want to, just to see, but I am willing
Yeah.
to bet you're going to want to get it. And on my website, you can also find a way to get a hold of the book. You can tell I love sharing this. I love showing folks how we can make a difference. And that's why I teach workshops.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Because it makes a really big difference when you know that, as you were saying, you have like a 10 digit of healing power, right? Like,
Exactly.
you always have your toolkit with you. You just have to carry it around and decide,
Yeah,
like you could be sitting at the doctor office and you sit on your hand and you hold yourself, right? I mean, you could,
exactly.
you could be
You,
anywhere in the
yeah,
bus, or if you're a
exactly.
passenger in a car because you need your
Ex-
hand to drive, or you could do these things anywhere.
Well, what's beautiful is the body understands intention. So you could also, while you're driving, be doing one hand somewhere and with intention have your other hand where you want it to be because your body
Hmm.
knows. And you mentioned like you could be doing it anywhere. Yes. Imagine if you were doing even just those 4 steps that I showed you um, before exercising. You would get a lot more out of what you were going to ask your body to do.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Okay. And afterwards, if you were doing it afterwards, you could even recognize that your body had less reaction. So imagine if you are someone who has a chronic condition, whether it's pain from arthritis, fibromyalgia, headaches,
Hmm.
whatever, an injury, something, some sort of inflammation somewhere. If you learned what you could do for yourself to help your body move through that inflammation, move through that blocked energy, because that's all inflammation is. It's blocked energy. You
Hmm.
help your body let go of it. All of a sudden, it gets the message to say, hey, I know how to take care of me, and I know how to take care of you.
Hmm. Hmm.
That is the beauty.
Yeah.
That is the beauty.
So, as a serenity expert, I encounter a lot of people that have a lot of stress, right? And people get triggered just by different event in their life. They could it and the level of trigger depends on their emotional, their mental fitness, right? Like how
Right.
how emotionally stable they are in
Yes.
receiving stress.
Yeah.
But do you have any example of how can people use, acupressure to let go of some symptom of stress?
Beautiful. Great question. Thank you. So, the last step of the daily clean your house flow, one I teach everyone, whether it's part of the daily flow or separated from, is number 9, and it's jumper cables. And it's just simply, I'm serious.
That's
No,
the
not
image
going.
I had when you said that, when you plug yourself on jumper cable.
Well, guess what? When I teach this to kids, most of them don't even know what jumper cables are because
Exactly.
nobody has jumper cables anymore. But if you gently cup each thumb and finger, a couple
So
good breaths, so you can have your
like that,
hands, yep,
like that.
have your hands in your lap,
Yeah,
very light, gentle touch.
yeah.
And you hold each thumb and finger for a couple good breaths. First the thumb, I'll show you, and then the index finger, couple good breaths. And what you're literally doing is balancing all the energy that is entering and exiting your body.
Okay.
And it's that simple. And it's calming, it's nurturing, it's creating balance and harmony. And you know what it does? It helps get rid of worry fast.
And then you
You
do that
can
with both hands.
then go to your next hand, and I'll show you. You let go of worry by holding the thumb, and then it's FAST. Let go of worry. And you can actually create affirmations while you're doing this too.
Yeah.
The F is let go of fear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it just feels good. All these emotions are important. I mean, that's what, this one. Emotions are there to give us information, right? So we don't want to bury them. We want to get the information from them
Mm-hmm.
so we can do something with it. And then A is let go of anger.
Mm-hmm.
And this is all in my upcoming workshop, by the way. S is let go of sadness or grief.
I'm
Again,
taking
all of
notes.
these are important, but it's important to have them give us information and not take our breath away. Think about all these emotions, how they can take our breath away, take us out of
Yeah,
movement
yeah.
forward,
Like
right?
sometimes it doesn't take much for people to get sad, right?
Yep. And
Doesn't
then
mean, yeah, I was going to say, doesn't mean that
yeah,
when you're sad that you're depressed, but feeling sad is just that little tear, right? Is that
yeah,
little
yeah,
tearful moment. It's like,
yeah. And then the T is letting go of the trying tos, trying too hard, trying too much, trying to do it all. That place of efforting that's no longer a verb when it becomes a description of how we are.
oh, I like that.
And if we literally create the opposites of those,
Yeah,
we, instead of worry, will have wisdom, because worry comes from not knowing what's coming next.
yeah.
Let go of it. We let go of control. If we're letting go of fear, what do we have? Freedom.
Mm.
If we let go of anger, frustration, irritation, what do we have? We have an awareness. We allow our bodies physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually to go from where they are to where they want to be. And then the S, instead of sadness, again, a very important emotion, right? Helps us recognize what we've lost, what we're missing, what maybe wants to be replaced. So instead of sadness, maybe we gain back serenity.
Uh-huh.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the T, instead of the trying to's, we allow trust to kick in.
Mm.
Yeah.
I can see you've put a
And
lot of thought into that.
yeah. So good one. You're good. You're good. So imagine, if you will, a classroom of 20 some kids sitting and doing, we saw the first 4 steps of the daily flow. There's a few more in between there, and then the jumper capes. But imagine, so that animated video I was talking about is only 6.5 minutes long. In 6.5 minutes, everyone in that room notices the difference.
And in a classroom of 20 odd kids, I mean, the teacher loves you.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why I just love teaching kids. I love teaching everybody because
Yeah.
I think we all are searching for a way to be healthier, happier, more productive, more at ease, calmer, be in joy.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
that's what we can actually give as a gift to ourselves when we are in that space of taking care of ourselves. And when we're doing that, the body knows you're taking care of it. So becomes a game of reciprocity. You know that phrase, I got your back?
Mm-hmm.
Well, your body's telling you, honey, I got your back. You're taking care of me. I'm going to take care of you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then
Makes
the
a big
body
difference.
says, I'm ready for the next step, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when you have, like, if people want to work with you, like, say, okay, I'd love to learn all these tricks and I'd love to be able to help myself, but I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. So, what would you tell someone?
I would say if you'd like to have a consult to get in touch
Mm-hmm.
with me, via you can go to my website and click on get in contact, and you can actually pull up a 30-minute consult if you want to
And can
start
they
out
can
with.
they send you an email also?
Yes, they can. It's Deborah at DeborahMyersWellness.com. And um, and then we can connect in that way. If you want to experience a self-help acupressure flow, which, by
Mm-hmm.
the way, one of the things I missed saying was that I'm also a Jin Shin Jyutsu practitioner, which is Jin Shin Jyutsu is an ancient form of Japanese acupressure. So
Yeah.
when I teach a lot of Jin Shin Jyutsu because it's such an easy modality to show and to teach and to be with. So that's one I really go to. And that, by the way, is what all these fingers are connected to in Jin Shin. And literally, by the way, I'm just going to throw this out because maybe there'll be an aha with it. Remember how I said we hold our middle finger for anger?
Mm.
Little did the Japanese know we'd be holding our middle fingers up in this era in a state of anger.
Hmm.
Okay, just saying. So
Like
anyway,
the one between those two, right?
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, you're good, Denise. You're good. So, if you're curious and really, really would like to learn more, I have a huge opportunity for all of you. I have a workshop that's on Wednesday night this week, the 14th. It's 6 o'clock Pacific time. It's an hour and a half, 90 minutes of learning self-help acupressure. It's totally interactive. And guess what? It's my gift.
Oh,
It
yes.
is my gift. So you can but you need to register. If you're curious, please register by tomorrow morning. In other
Yeah.
words, register today
Yes.
because that will give you then the opportunity to get an email that will have the Zoom link
Hmm.
and give you the handout. This free gift comes with a handout of everything I'm going to show on the class. And it also gives you the opportunity to watch the recording. I'm
Hmm.
gifting that as well. So if you can't attend live on Wednesday night, register anyway. So you can get the follow-up email for the recording.
And what if someone listened to this video after Wednesday? Do you
That's
run these workshop regularly also?
I do. Thanks for asking. In fact, I have one coming up in January.
Okay.
It's a 2-week webinar, last 2 Wednesdays of January.
Okay.
And it's all about boosting up your prosperity and boosting up your immune system all at the same time.
So then they can just send you an email and ask you how to sign up to the next session that you
Right.
might have.
In fact, you can also, it's already up on my website. If you
Okay.
go to deborahmyerswellness.com to the classes and programs, the Zoom link or the link for the information and the registration for both this Wednesday night and January's class is already up there.
Wonderful. Well, that's super cool. So,
And then if you really want to have some individual attention, please do reach out and set up a consult and we can have a chat about it. I see clients from all over the world, Canada, the US, Australia, New Zealand, Europe, you name it. And no matter where you are, we can work together and start with a consult and find out where your body is energetically and where it wants to be.
mhm.
And as soon as it gets that message, oh my goodness, the sparks can fly. You talk about jumper cable, right? The sparks can fly because that's what energy wants to do. It wants to move. It wants to fly. It wants to be in a space of helping you be happier, more comfortable, be in ease. If you have pain, be out of pain. Of course, I can't make any guarantees, but we sure can make a difference.
Yeah, because you see people that have a lot of energy, you see them like they have a spring in their step, right?
Yes,
And they
exactly.
just like they're walking like if they're walking on cloud and there's nothing
Yeah,
stop them. So when you have flow going through you, well, you just fully energized. You just want to do,
exactly.
to do more and jump around and be
Yeah,
energetic. But when you live with fear, when you live with pain, and when you live with blockage, then it's like, oh, you want to move, but it's like, oh, that's stuck
yeah.
there.
And
And
right. And imagine like right now, we're in the holidays, right? No matter what you celebrate, there's the holiday season.
coming up, yeah.
Yeah. And that's why my workshop on Wednesday night is called the Ultimate Holiday Survival Boot Camp. In 90 minutes, I'll help you learn how you can be in joy and calm and ease, let go of pain. How about boosting your immune system? We all right now want to be walking around in a body um, that has a strong immune system, a strong lymphatic system. That's the hope. And
Hmm.
that's what is available to us when we can be a better partner with our body. Denise, the way I love saying it is the one person you're going to have the longest relationship with is yourself. So make it the best darn one you could ever have
Yeah.
and become a better partner with you, with your body.
Hmm. I think that's taking note.
All right, I love it. So if any of you are wanting to learn more, please go to the link that Denise showed you, or go to my website and go to the class and program page and click on there and sign up. But sign up today if you want to attend Wednesday night.
Wonderful. Wonderful. That's the way to do it. And if you can't make it for Wednesday, if you watch this after, well, make sure to go on our website and look for future events, because she always have events,
Exactly.
and then you can learn from that. And to make sure that I mentioned earlier that this is my 70th show. So to make sure that you go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to my YouTube channel to see all the shows that I've done so far and much more. So
Yes.
there's a full of videos in there. So I invite you to come and onto my YouTube channel and like it and click on the little bell to get notified whenever a new video comes on. So
Excellent. Excellent.
wonderful. So Deborah, just stay there. I'll be right back. Okay. So thank
Please.
you so much. That was such full tack information, and there's so much more to do. And I'll do my best. I might have a meeting during that time, but I will register. So if I can't make for the
Excellent.
whole thing, I will. I know I can make it for the half of it, but the beginning I'm not
Yeah.
sure. So
Well,
anyway,
and
I'll register.
keep in mind that if you know of anyone else who would be interested, please share the information.
Absolutely, for
Yes.
sure, for sure.
For
So I'll
anybody.
be right back with you. Thank you
Okay,
so much
great.
for being there today.
Happy.
Wow, that was amazing. Like those little digits, they're all connected. We can all be connected to the whole body. And those meridian we were talking about, it's just like, if you don't know, if you have never heard about meridian in the past, go Google it, like go search online meridian on the body, and then you'll see these are lines of energy that are interconnected, that links every part of your body together. You might have heard of acupressure for the feet, right? Because there's all interconnected. The same thing with the hands, with the ears, with every part of your body is interconnected. And if you can heal yourself or treat yourself or make yourself feel better on your own, imagine all the money you could save on medication and doctor treatments and all that. So I highly recommend that you go get Deborah's gift and register to her class. If it's not right now, this one, the next one, she'll have more coming up, and sign up to receive that little videos and information and the 9 step to do in the morning to really jumpstart your day. So I wish you an amazing week, and I'm so glad that you were here to watch. And until next time, be kind to one another, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.